morning, students. Today we'll have to discuss the remaining part of the inflorescence. In previous classes, we have discussed their type, that is called racemose type, cymose type, and special type. And we have discussed that what do you mean by raceme, spike, catkin, and spadix. In this particular, it is a typical racemose. One of the characteristic feature of the racemose inflorescence is that their flowers are, older flowers are at base and newer flowers are towards the top or apex. This is one of the characteristic feature of the racemose flower, racemose inflorescence. Now, this will be in all of them. Firstly, you will observe that in case of the raceme type, the flowers are pedicellate and they are arranged in acropetal manner. This is one of the characteristic features of the racemose. In same cases, in a spike, the flowers are sessile but acropetal manner. The catkin, it is the pendulous-like, and the spadix also have acropetal conditions. Now, in case of the corymb, it has been observed that it is the peduncle and each and every pedicel gradually smaller. And the flowers arranged in a one horizon, whereas the size of the pedicel is different. In case of umbel, it has been observed that the peduncle is very much small, very much condensed, and each and every flower is originated from this one like this. It looks like the origin point is similar, like this. Similar origin point. It has different origin point looking like that. Of course, it has also a different origin point, but it is so condensed. And in case of capitulum, it has been observed that suppose this is the peduncle, this one is the flower, and due to certain cause it has been condensed. Then what happens? This peduncle is like this. This peduncle is like this, and these flowers are arranged like this. It means the older flowers are here, and gradually newer flowers are shifted in this point, and their structure is, their flower size is small. In case of the capitulum, it is called ray flower, and this is called disc flower. And what happens there? They are also in acropetal manner. Because of that, this is also in the racemose type. And this case can be observed in the common flower that is called sunflower. Now we will have to discuss about the cymose. In previous lecture we have discussed what is the basic difference between the racemose and cymose. In case of the racemose, all are monopodial. In case of the cymose, all are sympodial. Here we have observed that the flowers are arranged in acropetal manner, but here they are basipetal manner. Acropetal and basipetal manner. Now what type of basipetal manner? Just we have discussed. Because this cymose, in racemose we have observed that there is a continuous growth of the apical flower, apex. But here what happens, the flowering is the cause of the just stoppage of the growth. The growth will be stopped after flowering. And after this stop, another pedicel will be started. It means the continuous growth has not been observed. And this type of flowering, it may be like this, it may be like this, or like this. So then we can say that this type of inflorescence is called cymose type inflorescence, and this is the basipetal succession, not the acropetal. Now, on the basis of the branching of the that particular peduncle, just we can divide it into three different types. Number one, uniparous. Uniparous. Number two, biparous. Number three, multiparous. Multiparous. It may be monocaseal. It is dicaseal. And it is polycaseal. These are the types of the cymose. Now, what are the differences between these things? Of course, all are cymose. Then, what are the differences between these things? We will have to discuss. Now, firstly, the monocaseal or the uniparous. What happens whenever the flower is here and only one branching takes place? One. It may be another, this may be another, or it may be like this. Here we will see that after flowering another branch, after flowering another branch, the same way, after flowering one branch, after flowering another branch, so then only one flower will be originated, one pedicel will be originated from the stoppage of the growth and flowering. Then both are called monocaseal, but one is called scorpoid, another is called helicoid. Scorpoid and helicoid. Now, if the branching is not like this, if the branching is like this, then it is called biparous. And if branching is like this, like this. That is called multiparous or the polycacial. These are the certain biparous, multiparous. This is the cymose. Now, with the help of the certain figure, we will discuss the structure of this particular, all the inflorescence and the special type of the inflorescence at. Now it is time to discuss the types of inflorescence and their locations and their definitions with the help of the compactly arranged this photographs or this particular figure. Now this one is the raceme type, typical raceme. Here you will observe that its flower is acropitally arranged and they are pedicellate. The same thing will be here in case of spike, but their flowers are not pedicellate but sessile. In the case of the catkin, the spike, if inverted, it means pendulous spike, is called catkin, and it is also their older flowers are at base and lower flowers are the new. But in case of the spadix, they have compactly arranged or the fleshy peduncle, and their flowers are their female flowers are at the base and male flowers are at the certain upper portion, and they are covered by the spathe. It is in case of the banana and others. In case of the corymb, you will observe that the pedicel is, the different pedicels have different length. The lower one is the largest one, and the upper one, the top one, the apex one, is the very small, but flowers are arranged in the horizontal manner and the upper manner. In case of the umbel, you can observe that the peduncle is very much condensed and their nodes are compactly arranged, so their flowers looks like the origin point of the flowers or the pedicels are similar, but actually that is not similar. And this is the compound umbel and this is the simple umbel. In case of the capitulum, you can observe that the peduncle is very much compressed and the flowers, just like here you will see that the first flower, second flower, and the first flower is larger than that of the middle flower. It means that is acropitally arranged, but they are condensed. In case of the cymose, we can say that it is uniparous, and here we will say that the helix-like structure, the one peduncle will started here and they will stop with the help of the you can say that the flowering, and again the branching, then one way branching is the cause of the helix formation, and the both way branching is the cause of the scorpoid. It is called scorpoid here, one direction and another, and this is called uniparous. In case of the biparous, you will see that when the flowering will take place at this point, there is a branching and two branches are there. The one branch stop here, then two branches are there, so it is called biparous. And the polyparous or the multiparous, polycacial or the multiparous, you will see that when one flower is here, then the many branches will be formed. In this way, we can say that these are the case of the racemose and cymose. Now, we will have to observe the special type of the inflorescence. Now, it is the case of hypanthodium. In hypanthodium, it is a special type of the inflorescence formed by the condensation of the main axis into the cup or the flask-like structure and have a opening at the top, and the male, female and the neuter flowers are arranged in a manner that near the pore the male flowers are present, and near the base the female flowers are present, and whenever an insect will insert through that particular pore, they firstly come in contact with the male flower, they carry the pollen grain and come to the female flower. This is the one of the case. It is in case of the ficus, just like the banyan or the peepal, it will be observed. This is the case of the Scythium. In this case, it has been observed that the special type of the cymose inflorescence, and which is much condensed and looks like a single bisexual flower. It has a small conical receptacle surrounded by a green or the brightly colored involucre formed by the fusion of the 4 or the 5 bracts having a nectariferous gland. This is